Welcome back to another fall 8x10, starting from scratch with some incredibly hot pumpkin spice something tea, and we're gonna do some aspen trees because I just can't help myself. We're gonna do so. I have tried drawing this a couple of times digitally. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because I feel the need to make it perfect because I can undo, or like I don't know what the major breakdown is, but I'm gonna try it traditionally and see where we can go with this. So this will be exciting, right? I'm gonna simplify. The reference photo is on Discord if you're interested. It's also posted in my story on Instagram. I'm gonna change things a bunch. After drawing this a couple times, I feel like it's going to be liberating to do it by hand instead of by stylus. But no, anything can happen. Just going to be doing primarily these. God, I want to say 4, but then I'm like 4 is the wrong answer. It should be either 5 or 3. Oh boy. Uh-oh. It's tricky. Figure out what do we keep, what do we get rid of? What do we keep, what do we get rid of? Let me just put some supposed branches in for these guys, and then we can decide. Aspen trees are interesting because they stretch way up high without any branches at all. I don't know if they ditch them as they're growing or what. 4 is going to be pretty much maxing it out, honestly. Wouldn't usually doing 4 of anything that breaks the rules, but I think these guys are going to be such close friends that it's going to kind of act like one mass. Like hold each other's branch arms. The light is coming from this side over here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of color up here and a lot of blue. Here I'm going to make another tree stretching out from this area. Does something completely different in the reference photo. It's totally fine. Be best for our composition. Okay, like we'll work with that. Roll with that right there. Hopefully I'll get this composition out of my mind completely, but we'll just see about that, huh? We'll just see. Like the eyes. Hey. Really goes up there. I'm not sure if I went too far up the page or what. We're gonna roll with it and make it work. That's part of the exciting thing. Acrylic paint. Okay, underpainting. I'm gonna be using the Acrylic nickel Azo gold, as we have been. It's about 5 drips for an 8x10. That seems to get the job done. Hello, Nerdiest King. Long time no see. How are you? haven't caught a stream lately. That's okay though, you caught this one. That's good. Yeah, I've been, well, you know, it's just those 2 planned streams, and then everything else is so up in the air, as it will be for a while. But you can definitely rely on that Wednesday evening stream and then Friday afternoon. I don't know exactly when on Friday afternoon. That's the another random factor. Crazy week. Apparently not over. Oh no. Are you, can't remember if you were moving or something was going on. Car troubles. No, lots and lots of car troubles. That's unfortunate. Oh, you're moving December. Okay, so you still have some time on that. December is an interesting time to move. Some areas of the country, it's rather snowy. There we go. So the main. Let's see. Main area of blue will be. I want like a main area of blue, and of course I could change the wedges and make sky holes and stuff like that. I want the blue to be kind of balanced out, but it looks like this painting is going to be primarily warm tones. Allison, hi! At work. Thank you for the lurk. Lurking in the shadows. Joe appreciated for my afternoon streams. Yeah, I'm excited about this next set of 9 paintings. It's gonna be fall-tastic is what it's gonna be. Adding a bunch of water. Smear on the light yellow on the background. Where the blue is going to be. Can definitely differentiate it from where I place the leaves as that lighter yellow color, so that's no big thing. Really appreciate being able to layer on this color with using so much water, and the reason why I can do that because you hear a lot of acrylic painters talk about not using too much water because it breaks down the the binder and all that. If you are working on paper or raw wood, anything that's porous, working on something that is porous, you can just go hog wild and add as much water as you want because it is absorbing into the paper or whatever material it is that is absorbent. So if it is absorbent, water away. That's part of what's so liberating, and how I can do the techniques that I do. So I don't necessarily directly translate to canvas painting. Not all of them, anyway. Bugger, I keep on bugging. I keep bumping my cam. Okay, there's the underpainting. The underpainting is on. Probably gonna switch to the smaller flat. Mix some cerulean blue, white, to be light color. That will complement the light yellows nicely. And, you know, maybe I'll throw in a little bit of that aqua. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Let's see how it goes. There we go. To be making sure to rotate the brush pretty frequently. Get all of those distinct shapes going. Don't really plan out where the clouds are going to go, if they go anywhere, so I will just lighten up the sky wherever it makes sense. Liking some of these shapes. And I tell you what, I did try to paint this digitally, and part of me, I was just like so excited about getting my iPad that I was like, oh, I want to practice, but the tools I have right now are just so inferior. And I was like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure I can paint this like traditionally. faster than what's happening with this digital painting situation right now. So I guess we'll literally see about that. This is pretty much, this is looking like something really quickly, which is kind of nice. It looks okay with the 4 trees. I don't know. I don't know, maybe. There's a lot of branches on this painting. There's going to be a good deal of script brush usage. Just a little bit darker in this area. All right, digging that. Probably do another after this blue dries. Probably do another layer there and put some thicker paint. Shift the color just a little bit. Great, all right, so I'm gonna run out that blue and set it aside for, and I am going to, I think this orange is already as dark as I want it to be. Like, indeed. So, I'm gonna use some of that yellow. Let's see, what am I think I'm gonna use a filbert brush for this. I'm gonna be using our filling in the bark last. Looks like all those branches, you can see right through them into the leaves, or they're on top of the like. Also, is there any method to the madness on where the yellow is? It looks like the yellow is a little bit more towards trunks. It doesn't look like it's like a hard rule. Maybe it's a little bit of white. Should I add it before or after the, I wonder. I'm thinking for texture. Let's see. I'm using some 45-degree angle strokes. They're pretty chunky. This brush. It's not a flat. Kind of giving me some random blibs. All right, now I'm gonna rinse that guy out. And I am going to set that brush aside. I think that's gonna be the last time I use that. Anything else I do is gonna be a little bit more technical. So grab this guy again. get white. A tiny, tiny bit of yellow in there. We don't think much of it. And I'm going to highlight. Okay, if I want that to be a little bit more opaque, I'm gonna have to wait, but I think I might be happy with that actually. I want it to be older. Lighting to stay a little bit faded. It's really tiny. Okay, cool. So now, shadow tone. Raw sienna, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit of Russian into it, kind of make warm gray. That should be a good shadow color. Let's see. Yep. About right. Probably gonna need a bit more. Okay, that's about a bit dark. Okay. My goodness. There we go. Very gentle. Want all of these brush strokes to be hers. Right. Good, I will use a smaller brush to go into some of that. Oh my gosh, so much smaller. Even. There we go. All right, I'll set that little brush aside. Tiny Timmy brush. I'm not sure. I possibly could bring more yellow into the highlights on this tree in particular, the main tree, because I do want it to be dominant, the painting dominantly. Brushes are recommended from the Jed Dorsey acrylic painting, like masterclass acrylic university thing. I was enrolled in that. I went through the whole thing, and I gotta say, best thing I got out of that whole thing was this brush recommendation. The brush recommendation and some of the primary art class stuff was cool. And you know, I went to that class, that online university, primarily to work on my expressive brushstrokes and colors. So I think I've come a long way since then, but not just from that, like from following lots of other artists. Doing a lot of work and experimenting, looking at art, seeing what pleases my eye, going from there. Okay. I want to warm up those highlights. Let's see if I can do that right now. Some white and some cadmium yellow light. Is that too much? I don't know. Let's just see. A little mucho yellow. I kind of maybe tone it down with the raw sienna. There we go. Not warm, but not that light. There we go. That's better. Up, up, up we go. That. This one too. That one. Those two. Now I can add a little bit of white. Some areas. In a thicker kind of way. That'll blend in nice because I just put that down. White in that one spot along this tree. That'll be the brightest white right there. With my point brush, Stanley, I'm just gonna add some hits of cadmium red. A little bit. I'm gonna water it down a bit. And just in a couple places on the tips. Just to kind of some more texture going on. Gonna be in the areas. Tiny little dabs. Get some more leaf type patterns. Don't want them to be everywhere, just enough places. feel like that'll almost allow us to make some of the spots of blue a little bit stronger. Let's such a funny exercise to paint something digitally twice and fail horribly and then come to a paint brush situation and be like, it's fine, I don't know what was wrong. Nothing was wrong, clearly. Almost forgot to, oops, forgot to take footage. Okay, we can fake it a little bit. No big deal. There's one single fly in here. And it doesn't drive me crazy all the time. It just like occasionally, oh, I forgot about my tea. Autumn Harvest Spice or whatever. My favorite. I'll have to show you the box. Very seasonally relevant. Do I feel like the four trees work still? I might be able to unite this mass when I put in the branches. That's what I'm gonna try for. I'm gonna pick up some white yellow and make some shapes. Pardon. Over the areas that have the yellow white. There we go. Okay, are we ready? Ready for branches? No, not yet, not yet. I think we should work on the background just a little bit. I want to add some variation of color in there. I think it's dry. Yeah, it's pretty dry. Little bit of bright aqua that I've been liking this season. Actually, kind of always. I kind of always like this color. I'm gonna cut in a little bit more as I see fit. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll go a little bit aqua here, and then I'll kind of gradate it a bit. I think that'll make it more interesting. almost goes a little bit yellow-green, which is pretty. Very pretty. So I'm just gonna embrace that. Now it's bold to mix the paint right there on the thing, but that's okay. It is gonna work. There we go. Now we're talking. I love that. Yeah, that was the right answer. For sure. Kind of doing a little bit of that stained glass, open expressionism. We could only hope to get something amazing like that, honestly. Probably get a little bit darker down here. Right up against that darker color. Love that jewel tone. I'm using a dirty brush for sure. Okay, now I'm trying to mind my brush strokes too, make sure that they're interesting. Going back and forth with the cross hatching. That's good. I want each space to vary just a little bit for that stained glass effect that I have been really loving when people do it. It's funny, I heard this explained in a class or a video or something somewhere that was like, if you want to paint loose, you actually paint slower, not faster. It's interesting because I've heard it the other way, like more times than I can count, that if you want to paint loose, just paint faster and it forces you to kind of like make more expressive strokes. But not in this class or in this video, what have you. More like the opposite. It was like, yeah, if you want to paint with an intention and with a plan, and I have a hard time with that, just generally speaking. And also, like painting negative spaces is also challenging for me. So, but I see what it does, and I like the shapes it creates, so. I want it to be lighter going up. Perfect. Like that, just like that. Cloud of sorts peeking out from the edge of that tree. And then it's gonna go this way. Possibly out here. There we go. This would be a good time to take another clip. Rinse out that brush though. Get some clean white on there to do the thicker strokes of cloud. That is good addition. Beautiful. And I might leave that light cerulean, just cerulean blue and white. Oop, the little spot. We're gonna remix that color, I think. Right? Just want to do a double coat on parts of it. Branches time. Branches time. This is fun because a lot's gonna happen. Lots gonna happen right now. And also, I am loving this. Actually gonna post a whip of this one because I'm so happy with where it is right now. All right, get that reference photo back up. Not that I mean, like, it's very, reference photos these days have been very loosely represented, which is good. All right, script brush. Larry script brush. I'm gonna make that gray that we made earlier with the Prussian blue and the raw umber. Put a touch of magenta in there to warm it up a bit and keep it dark. Prussian blue, I believe, has it's a warm blue. So adding the magenta in there makes it more muted. I'm gonna make enough right off the bat so that I'm not like grabbing for more. I have not been using black lately at all. It would be easy though. Get enough spot. Maybe we should add a couple drips of black just so that we have enough of this color. I definitely don't want it to be purple, but I don't. Those two colors don't make purple. If I wanted to make purple, I would do. I would take the magenta and put it with the cerulean blue. I think that would do it. Like the next tree prompt that we have after Aspen is Jacaranda, and that's a purple tree. Oh. One single drip. A lot on this brush, it makes me nervous, like a whole bunch. Ooh. still makes me nervous. Look how like long that brush is. Oh my god. Let's start on the left and go right. This is the part that was hard on digital with the crummy stylus. Yes. It's gonna be another magical paint. Twirl that thing. I don't want the lines to be like too straight. But they do have to be bigger at the base, get smaller as they work their way up. teeny tiniest bit of water going. There we go, that looks better. Ugh. Sweating. Sweating that one. Ah! Okay, let's see. This one. Gotta be that. Still so many branches left to go. But it's like meditative. Got to keep on remembering to return to palette wedge brush. Okay, good. I'm gonna use a shorter brush to go into the strokes on the actual, to add some definition to the bark areas, the eyes and what have you. Oh man, that's not very much sleep. Yes, you did catch me. You should definitely sleep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying hi. Sleep good. That paint stroke kind of thick down at the bottom on that trunk. Here. Over there. Stylistic choice. Broken line like that. Okay, now for the branches off this guy. Wedge. Don't want to see that flaying tip. Not any more than I have to, anyway. Okay, I think that's it for the uppers. Now I'm gonna do lowers. Yeah, I like everything happening up there. Channel into your dream. Me too. Okay, here we go. Oh, now the easy location. That's nice. Trying to order a new card? Oh man. 2 hours. You know, phone calls like that are my least favorite. And why doesn't every company have callback by now? Like, we're in the future. Future. Why doesn't everybody have callback? Nobody should be on hold, like, ever anymore. The future. Okay. Now, little brush time. Little brush time. I'm amazed with how thoroughly we've been able to use our brushes the last couple of paintings. Like, just used them all of them. And it makes me, yeah, I definitely have to update my brush list to these specific ones. I mean, it's pretty much the same. There's some friendly additions. Friendly additions, like, think instead of this flat that I used to use all the time, it's like a bright. It's got shorter bristles on it. I am using these two ones instead, so I'm going from one brush that's in between to two. Actually, it's this size, that one right there. And so I have this smaller flat as well. And so using these two instead of this one has been what I've been doing. So, but I'm still keeping it because I want to keep it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 brushes instead of 5. What can you do? I want to keep it simple for people when I start doing more tutorials and stuff like that. Okay, so I want to lighten up this color and I'm going to keep it warm. So I'm going to put the raw sienna and I'm just going to mix it right in that zone that I was in with the gray. A little bit of a darker side to it. I'm going to spin that brush quite a bit. Up what I need. And let's see how this goes. See if this is too... It's pretty thin. Right alongside that darker outline. Add a couple more eyes. All right, that fades kind of up into that tree pretty well, into the top branch. That slightly lighter color, I'm kind of bringing it here and there. Just for some variation. Oop. Oop, overlapped just a little bit. Should always have a little cleaner brush on standby. Not far, but every second counts. See, now I brought my eye away from it. I could barely... There it is. Clean. Crisis averted. you. Yeah, the perspective was not the easiest thing to do. It was kind of, it screws with your head a little bit. But after drawing it a lot, like 3 or 4 times, I finally figured out a composition that I was into. So there is no shortage of reference images of this, at the very least. I decided hit trees. Hit tree paintings like there's no tomorrow. And so that is why Treetober is going to be a thing. And we're going to see a lot of trees. A lot of trees come together. But you know what? There's so much diversity even in just limiting my subject matter to trees. I mean, yeah. There's still a lot of ways to get sidetracked in that. Yes, Treetober. Yes. That is happening. We're doing it. The first prompt is Aspen, which is what I am painting today. Aspen. And then second one is going to be Jacaranda. And Jacaranda is cool. Not only do I feel like you don't see him very often, it's kind of maybe a lesser known one around here, but it's purple. And that's just fun. Adding a little bit of dimension to branches by adding a lighter hue to some parts. Yes, and Treetober is going to be a giveaway as well. I'm going to give away one of the paintings that I paint for Treetober to somebody that participates. To one of the lucky participants. So hopefully that motivates people, and I am accepting any form of expression. If you want to bake maple cookies for the maple prompt, make a little video of your cookies, send it nicely maybe, I don't know. That's totally acceptable. Interpretive dance, totally acceptable. You can record it and present it, then it be entry. Oh, yeah, I have a pretty cool image of a jacaranda. Like the photograph itself is just like in front of a shopping center or something like that. Like it's awful. There's like cars parked back there. But the structure of the tree itself is really beautiful. And so I might use that one and place the tree somewhere else more aesthetic than that. So I'm gonna wedge in, to finish this up, I'm gonna wedge in a couple of organic palette knife shapes. I'll put that paintbrush down. All the paint. Well, I'm gonna initial it, of course. And the L just blends right into that tree, which I like. All right, let's see. Little dab will do ya. Just give the impression of some leaves that are outstanding. I'm gonna make small marks. Try to go in between branches if at all possible. Aspen leaves are small and kind of roundish. Well, I think they're small. Actually, you know what? I don't know if they're small or not. They could be gigantic, and I've just never seen them up close. Oh no, under the fingernail wounds are really stingy. And yeah, those cats, don't they have like a pretty incredible amount of bacteria underneath their nails? Tyler says no. Oh, the leaves are small like dollar coins? Okay. Got you. I wasn't sure. I know I looked at a lot of reference photos, but I didn't look at any next to hands. Cat scratch feet. Yep. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I'll do these leaves in little groups. Little groups. I don't want them to be like evenly dispersed. I want to mask them up, so I'm just carefully placing them. Any injury on your dominant hand is it's a real bummer. Okay, I'm liking these guys. I'm really happy to get the first art prompt out of the way because I have a lot going on the first couple days of October. And I am going to be camping later this week also. So getting a couple of good streams in before I take off on that little trip. It'll be good. Okay, I can out. Hmm. I think that's good. We're gonna call that good. I don't want to add too many. I don't want them to be evenly dispersed. I want them to be accents. Just to kind of bring texture forward. I'll tell you what I can do is I can thicken up that that white area. Ooh, on the 30th and the 1st. You know what's funny about October? It kind of like the beginning October is like the beginning of the end of the year. It is birthdays galore, and then you know, it just rolls into Halloween, and it just keeps on going. It just goes and goes. But I like it. It's fun. It's my favorite time of year. I have been doing more palette knifing at the end of paintings, making a couple colors pop and giving it some texture. I've been digging it. Okay, there. Boom. Boom, done. Not your favorite part of the year. And Halloween, of course. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. I think this was a very good success. I dig it. I mean, should we add some highlights on the dominant tree? Yes, it does. It adds another layer of interest. I think it's, what was it? This one, this painting right here, oof, was really different. And see, there's a lot of good palette knifing on top of that color fest. But that's part of the goal, is that expressive color. It's almost like wherever I see one color, I'm gonna put three. I'm gonna put three there. And it's fairly evident by the reference photos too. And I just love this magical green color that's happening over here. And I am just really trying to rein in what I love about some other painters. So I'm really trying to take some things that I love and incorporate it in a way that is fitting for me. It is loose, and it's got all the things. It's got all the colors that we want. And we're hitting goals. So it did look like an alien tree. I like it. A lot of people, for the first half of the stream, they thought it was going to be a waterfall. So, which I think is hilarious. But it's different. If we're gonna paint trees for a couple months straight, then we're gonna need to paint all of the trees, real and alien. So thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. It was a good painting. It was a good start of our art prompt. I encourage anyone, if you want to express yourself in any way, whether it be singing, dancing, baking, cross stitch, knitting, emo clay, eating, you can somehow tie it to an art prompt, please share it with me in the Discord or tag me at Leah Rose Outdoorsy Art on Instagram, and you will be entered to win one of these lovely fall tree paintings. And that's it for me. See you next time.